YouTube link. Hmm? Okay. I'm trying to go in this studio to send this link. All right, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead, hit like and hit share. I'm about to update you on all things concerning Carlton Pearson. So you can go ahead and get your schedule together, and you can go ahead and let all of your family know they need to go buy their tickets, fly to wherever they're going to fly to, so that you can pay your respect and celebrate with us the life of Carlton Pearson. So hit like, hit share, and get ready. We're about to get started.
Multimedia personality, comedic commentator, songwriter, recording artist, spiritual leader, author, and actor. Larry D. Reid is the founder of the MBN Network, owner of LDR Enterprises based out of Atlanta, Georgia, and the spiritual leader of the Reformation Church of Atlanta. You can catch Larry Reid on the BET Plus original series Kingdom Business and on American Gangsta Track Queens. Streaming online at BET.plus. Join with people from around the world praying 15 minutes every Tuesday and Thursday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time by calling 667-770-1402, code 974-8029#. Church Critic by Dr. Larry D. Reid. An examination of the Larry Reid Live show perspective. Purchase a copy today by logging on to LarryReidLive.com. That's LarryReidLive.com. Stay connected to Larry Reid Live. Take a moment and like the Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTube page and hit the bell. Text LRL to 404-999-7527. That's the words LRL to 404-999-7527. And get notified when we go live. Become a member of Patreon. Log on to patreon.com/Larry Reid Live. Sign up, then download the Patreon app and turn on your notifications. Get connected today.
We're about to have a conversation. All right, y'all. My name is Larry D. Reid, and I'm the host of this show, Larry Reid Live, president of the MBN Network, owner of LDR Enterprises, that great publishing and record and artist development company, and the senior spiritual leader, teacher, and prophet of Reformation Church of Atlanta. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just coming live just to tell you one thing. But before I do that, I want to say to you, Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to each and every last one of you guys. Where are you watching from? Let me know where you're watching from. Tell me right quick in the chat before I move forward. And go ahead and hit like and hit share so everybody can find out how we are about to celebrate the life of Bishop Carlton Pearson. And I want to say something to those of you that have suffered loss, and this is your first Thanksgiving without your loved one calling you. You seeing them, smelling them, touching them in the physical, I want to say to you that they are still with you. How do you know? Because you have the memory, you have the thought, you have that feeling in your heart. When you think about them, you may cry at that moment. And that cry can be, for many different reasons, because they're not here in the physical, or because you just love them so much and you miss them so much. And that is okay. But what you need to know and be very clear about in your grief is that they're only not here in the physical anymore, but they are asleep with your fathers. That's how the Bible put it, father. So all of you that say ancestor is not in the Bible, well, they actually forgot to replace ancestor with father in Leviticus 26 and 45, I do believe it is. But just do the search on your app, look up the word father, so forefathers, and that's the mention of the ancestors in your Bible. And God keeps the promises that he made to your ancestors. The scriptures say your fathers and to your fathers. Let's go on. It's generational. And then it says your son, the blessing to the son and to their sons and to their sons. So when it comes to the teachings that Christianity sit upon, the idea of honoring your ancestors and honoring your fathers or those that did work prior to you, and the idea of God remembering the promises he made to your fathers or to your ancestors through you, and the blessing that he put on you go to your children, your children's children. Y'all, this is Bible, but I know people teach that ancestral veneration is diabolical, demonic, or witchcraft, but they just don't know their Bible. They only know what the white man taught them about the Bible. That's all they know. But they don't know the African spirituality and the practices of our people, which is all of our people, because we all come out of Africa. Life began there in the motherland. Those practices have been lost. Now, some of those practices we still practice, and that's because that African spirituality was able to travel from Africa through the Middle Passage and this whole slavery thing, and even to this day, we still hold some of those practices. We call it hoodoo. Hoodoo is basically how they did what they did. Who do that? Who do that? Well, put the onion up under the foot. It'll pull the fever out. Huh? Who do that? Put the egg in the sock hanging at the door, for the mumps, or tie the egg to the top of the head. Who do that? Go into the woods and get the sassafras root, and then that will cure that. Make a tea out of it. Who do that? That's hoodoo. So hoodoo is the passed down oral traditions that made it from the motherland over here. And we all participate in some form of hoodoo. If you're black and you are in the church, I guarantee you that you do hoodoo. Who do that? Who do that? So that is where that comes from. No, I don't. Well, when the last funeral you've been to? Because that is 100% hoodoo. That is ancestral veneration, and you all participate. This is brought to you from somebody without church brain. All right. So I'm not supposed to be up here talking about that, but I have, so I did. All right. I'm about to make an announcement so that everybody can participate. Now, I want to say hats off to everybody online. What is it? Let me ask y'all a question. Have you ever seen somebody scratch their fingers like this?
I said stretching my fingers.
Or stretch their fingers like this?
I would like that.
But I'm taping, and any little thing done around the thing is going to get my attention. Can you sit still?
I'm still.
All right. Hats off to each and every one of you that have been posting positive words online without making statements. about your doctrinal difference with Bishop Carlton Pearson. And let me tell you why. Because those of us that love him, that know him personally, know the pain and the injury that the collective, really the people from the first 49 years of his life in ministry, did to him. So if you're going to honor him, eulogy, you speak well of, to speak well of. That's what it means. Then it's not a time to pontificate on your doctrinal stance or his. It is time to only speak good. What song was it that impacted you? What sermon was it? When you met him, what did you feel? Was it one of the many broadcasts here on the Larry Live platform or at one of my Reformation conferences? That is what you talk about. That's eulogy, speaking good about him. Don't do that other bullshit. Because depending on the place I'm at in my grief that day, I might come live and cuss you out. Okay? So let's try not to do that. All right. Lord, I keep getting pulled away from what I come up here to do. So let me go ahead and do what I come up here to do. What I come up here to do is to basically tell you exactly what to do. Let me think, I'm getting information. All right. I'm about to tell y'all everything. Hallelujah. Happy Thanksgiving to each and every one of you. I'm going to put a clip up of us doing the Happy Thanksgiving song we do every year and show you the food that we ate. And I hope you guys really had a really great time. All right. Celebrations are going to be taking place all over the United States. Visuals honoring Bishop Carlton Pearson, who is a global voice in the world of faith. And it's exciting, although it can be sad because he's not here in the physical, but it really does my heart really good in this grief process. And I'm sure the same for his children, his former wife, and all of his siblings, and all of those that served him for all those years. To see those wonderful, great posts, it's amazing. And now, next week is kicking off. Next week is kicking off the beginning of many celebrations. And the first celebrations are taking place in Tulsa, Oklahoma. But don't fear. I heard you when you said Tulsa. I ain't never been there, and why am I going? Don't worry about it, because the last and final grand celebration is going to be here in Atlanta, Georgia, where Bishop Carlton Pearson spent a lot of time here doing his life work, preaching and teaching progressive theology, expanded consciousness, and inclusion. And the industry loves Bishop Carlton Pearson, from Hollywood, Black Hollywood, secular R&B artists, and actors and gospel singers. And because of that, we are all coming together. It's about to be A to Z in the USA, Azusa. So we're celebrating what he did beginning in Azusa and what he did the last 20 years of his life. He gave me an instruction. He said that this must be a grand event and it must be filled with diversity. And I want my closest friends to speak live in the celebration. A few words. And he pointed around, he said, you guys. And he named Bishop Yvette Flunder. And he pointed at David Smith. He pointed at Bishop Jordan, pointed at myself. And I knew he was pointing also at his siblings, his children, These are the people he worked for and took care of. Even his former wife, who was there those first years before he went into the next level of his ministry. These people that he loved and that he honored. Mike Smith, that has so much footage. He said, I want Mike to produce a video that is very meaningful, and I want it played. That's his words. If you don't believe me, you'll soon see that Larry Lab always have the receipts. And his dear friend, D.E. Polk, and all of the host of those pastors that are in progressive theology. Well, we're all coming together along with Bishop John P. Key. He just got elevated right now. He's bishop. And that whole singing group, my sister, Leandria Johnson. So many people are going to be there from the industry, from all walks of life. Michelle Williams. I'm reaching out to everybody, but these people I mentioned are already confirmed. And a 1 to 200 voice choir. And if you are in Atlanta, you're going to have to get with David Smith, and he's going to make you sound like the Azusa choir, because he's the one that was doing it all these years. This is what Bishop Carlton Pearson asked for, and this is what he's going to get. So I've already sent word to his son to tell his former wife and his daughter, and I spoke with a few of his siblings, but they all know what's going to happen. And my ministry is not doing this part. I am flying his children, his former wife, if they are yes still, all of his siblings, and his mom, flying them here. And we're going to hear from them in just a short few minutes how they love. And all of his family, they some on the West Coast, I want them standing on stage representing the family of Carlton Pearson and his siblings to say a few words. I want to hear from his children. And we're going to hear from Bishop Yvette Flunder. We're going to hear from his friends from years, Mike Williams, David Smith, Bishop Jordan, who according to Carlton was the only one. He mentioned another pastor that reached out to him and gave him $10,000. Jones, I think is his last name. Nobody checked on him. Nobody made sure his bills were being paid after he made sure their bills were paid and that his children were eating, except for Bishop Jordan. And in his last few years, it was me and Bishop Jordan that was making sure, along with Sam, who is his 27 years. I heard from him, he said, this is hard. This is the first holiday in 27 years I'm not with Bishop Pearson. I can't imagine what he's feeling. But he made sure that money, and I'm not talking about a little money, was going to Carlton every month. We made sure as a community this man was taken care of. And we were the tools that God used to heal him in his last years. And it's us that is going to do exactly what he said. The celebrations are happening all over the U.S., and he deserves all of it. Tulsa, y'all better show out. Now, if you're in Tulsa, official flyer is going to be dropping tonight, but let me give you a roundabout of what you're going to be doing. Wednesday, there's going to be a viewing. Then on Thursday, there's going to be a viewing, a small service Thursday morning. The final public viewing is going to end between 2 and 4 o'clock, maybe 5 or 4:30, for you to go see his body. Then Thursday night, there's going to be a musical in Tulsa. And then on Friday is the Episcopal Celebration of Life. All right? So that's happening in Tulsa. And the locations and all of that, I'm going to post the flyer as soon as they give it to me. But the celebration you do not want to miss is going to be happening December the 18th. Everybody put it in the chat and tell every artist, every influencer, every preacher that December the 18th, you need to be in the place. And if you were connected to Bishop Pearson, I know who he roommated with, who he went to school with, because we were friends. So I'll know your name. I'm going to make sure you're in the proper seat, that you are honored properly, and even have words. He said the comments and the conversation that the people make about him and the service itself is the eulogy. He did not want a eulogist. And so we are not going to have a eulogist. But the celebration is going to celebrate him with a 100 to 200 voice choir. I'm looking at you, Lucinda Moore, in the chat. One of his songs, the moment David say, I need a leader or somebody, I'm going to call you. To drive on down from North Carolina to Atlanta, December the 18th. Put it in the chat. December the 18th in Atlanta, Georgia. With the times and the location, that's going to be dropped in the next 24 hours. So look for the flyer anywhere on any of the Larry Reid Live platforms. It's going to be phenomenal. I'm going to try to get all my tears out prior so we can just celebrate in the spirit of this great founder. It's from A to Z that we're celebrating. A, Z in the USA. Azusa life celebration of Bishop. And I thank you so much, Claude Hamilton, for coming up with that idea. And really, you were prophetically confirming what Bishop Jordan has said on the phone. He said Azusa life celebration. And we're celebrating from A to Z, from the beginning of his ministry all the way up to now in the progressive theology that this man has led our minds and our hearts into. And it's going to be great, and it's going to be wonderful. And if you ain't there, you're going to miss history. This is history. If you're not there, you will not be able to say that I was at the last, the final, and the biggest celebration done in the spirit of what Bishop Carlton Pearson wanted. You're going to miss that. Y'all know you ain't been to church in a long time, especially some of you R&B artists I call. Well, you're going to be in real church on December the 18th. And this is another thing he said, he wants diversity. So how do I dress? I want you to dress as you dress. Some of you going to have hats, look like James Hall and them, and killer outfits. And some of you going to be killing it in an urban outfit. Some of you going to come in your civic attire. I want you to come wearing whatever you want to wear, but you better look damn good. We're going to have a step and repeat. We're going to meet, hug, kiss, celebrate this man because he wants diversity. So y'all have to wear all of that because this is what Carlton Pearson said. I just looked at the video over again, and his key word was diversity. I said, oh, I forgot he even said that. He said, I want it to be diverse. This is going to be church now. Because since me, D. Pope, Bishop Flunder, all of these pastors, I even text O.C. Allen a few minutes, we want every type and kind of person there because all of us started out in Azusa. All of us started out in a Pentecostal experience. And that's what we're going to do. In excellence. So if you ain't had in a long time, you need to be December the 18th. That's how you're going to do. You ain't even did it in a long time. In fact, you ain't got no more left, but it's all right. We're going to have it in the atmosphere for you to catch. No, it will only be streamed to Larry Reid Live patrons. So if you want to see it, you have to sign up to Patreon. Go ahead and put the Patreon link in here. If you already know you can't be here. If you already know you can't be here, this is how you can attend through streaming. Sign up to patreon.com/Larry Reid Live. You might as well do it right now. Yeah. Because December the 18th is only coming through Patreon. So everybody can attend if you want to. If you can't spend, I hate that word spend. If you can't use hundreds or thousands of your dollars or your money to get to Atlanta December the 18th, then take 12 and sign up to Patreon, and you can watch as if you're sitting right there, okay? It's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be phenomenal. You don't want to miss it. All right. Where's it going to be held? We already know where it's going to be held, but we dropping. Well, I can go ahead and tell you. Well, no, I wait. We're going to drop the flyer in the next 24 hours, but I had to get all this stuff in place first, so I'll be out here lying on Beyonce's internet, okay? If you're going to be there, put in the chat, I'll be there. I see somebody saying, I'll be there. I'm in bed covering from kidney transplant surgery. You can still be there through streaming and patreon.com/Larry Reid Live. Well, that's the 18th. You might get some get up and be healed before December the 18th. Yeah. I see y'all lighting up the chat with I'll be there. Now, you need to look good because you know how I do productions if you ever been to my event. There's going to be a camera everywhere in your face. Make sure you walk into place beat already. And then you got the step and repeat and photographers. And, of course, media going to be there. Did y'all read the Rolling Stone write-up? I heard people celebrating. Oh, my God. Oh, all his siblings are coming. So I get to fly in Gina, fly in Majesty, and Julian. It just gave me chills because I know this is what he wants. And we're going to honor, listen, and y'all know I know that you can't honor separate from money. And I already got some people. Bishop Yvette Flunder is going to be bringing thousands of dollars for the event to help me pay for this and the ministry pay for this and for the family. Bishop John P. Key is going to be doing the same thing. D.E. Polk and all of his group of pastors he have a relationship with, he's one of the closest people to Bishop Carlton Pearson, his most favorite white son. He is getting money for the event. He's going to give that to my ministry. We also have some sponsors that's going to be helping because I'm not cutting no corners with the production. And he also is bringing money for the family. So when they leave, they're going to feel honor that they receive because of the king of their family. Let's just make this very clear. Bishop Carlton Pearson is a king. And he's going to be honored like a king. You said anyone from the College of Bishops speaking? We can have one of their representatives to say something for 2 minutes. That'll be great. But I would like for that to be said with an apology. If they can't do it with an apology, they won't be talking. Because somebody from the College of Bishops have got to say, I'm sorry, on the behalf of their founder that's deceased. Because we know that was terrible and deadly. Let me tell y'all something, and you're going to see this in the interview. Carlton got clear on his transition bed that the cancer is the result of the rejection, the abuse, and the heretic tag from a church that he built. And you're going to see it in the interview. He came to the revelation of Inclusion 97. He began to share it at his church, shared it on a greater level, got called to the College of Bishops. Then 2003, he lost everything. 2004, cancer. Let me say this, and I ain't supposed to be doing this on this live. But if you don't show love to any and everybody, no matter what they believe, you, ma'am, you, sir, cannot carry the title of Christian. You should not. Because Christian, birthed out of Christ, and Christ Jesus, God, he is love. I know we're looking back for him to come on a cloud one day. But you showing up in the love of Jesus is the coming of the Lord. And it's important for you to do that. And the church didn't do it. They killed him as if he denied Jesus Christ. Carlton Pearson never denied Jesus, promoted Jesus, the Holy Ghost, and still promoted the Bible. He taught out of the Bible. He just told the whole truth. Because the whole truth is the church has used the idea of hell to create fear. I know the media said he said there's no hell, but that's not what he said in its entirety. There is no hell in the way that you think there is a hell. And hell is not even a part of our belief. Our belief is Jesus Christ-centered and love-centered, not fear and hell and sin-centered. And that's the era of the church he called out. But it was an economic sabotage. So then bishops, and I call their name the last slide, killed him publicly to replace him as the darling of the black church that was the liaison between the black church and white evangelical church, and as the fixer because he knew where all the bodies were. George Bloomer took that place. Bishop Jakes took the darling between the black church and white evangelism. It was calculated and well thought out by a superpower, a collective superpower that does not look like me and you, but it was done through people that look like me and you. Oh, it's an atrocity. And devil, I see you. But I'm not going to do you until later. But I'm going to get you, okay? All right? And that's a promise. I said that last time. And I'm not a person that releases threats. But as sure as my name is what it is, I'm going to get you in the worst way possible as soon as God tells me what to do, because I'm just a part of what he's going to do, because he's going to make you pay, and you're going to pay publicly, and that's a prophecy. Okay? All right, I'll see you guys later. We about to celebrate. Next week it starts celebrations. We're about to celebrate Bishop Carlton Pearson. Now, Tulsa, y'all better do right and celebrate him good. I know y'all not going to celebrate him the way he asked, but we is. And we're going to do it December the 18th, just the way he said, and I'm going to play his words before then, but I'm going to wait till after next week happens so you can hear exactly what he said. And everything I'm repeating saying that he said what I said and some more, okay? And did it on camera. Bishop Jordan was there, Gina was there, Julian was there, and David was there in that room. Oh, and Ernesto and Kendall. So what I'm saying to you is exactly what he said. So we're only going to do what Carlton wants. And I am excited that we get to honor him. Somebody say, yes. Billy say, yes, I'm there. You know, we might have to pull you out on the side in front of the choir and do a thing. It's going to be amazing. That's a Monday. You ain't got no excuse not to be there. Go ahead and call your folk now and tell them you ain't coming to work on Monday and Tuesday. It's the 18th. You should be off that week anyway. That's just a week before Christmas almost. So everybody. And if all of you that been wanting to come to my Reformation for all them years because you loved the event, but you couldn't come because the Stellars went and socked their mess right on top of mine. And then the GMWA had done the same thing. And for the first year, This is a great time to get a taste of how Reformations are. And Bishop Carlton Pearson was at every last one of my Reformations except for this last one when he got sick. And he prophesied to us. Now it makes sense. It didn't then. But he stood up in all white and prophesied. We're going to play that prophecy for you too. All right? See you later. Bye. Huh? Oh, do the Patreon so y'all can sign up so you can watch. Bye. Oh my God, Kendall. Okay,
Patreon.com/Larry Reid Live. Let me tell you why you should join. You will gain access to master level teaching and coaching, which includes Sunday morning prayer calls with Dr. Reid, Wednesday night breakdown with Dr. Reid, the prophets and care pastors, divine partnerships and networking with a like-minded community, exclusive content, which includes daily posts ranging in topics that are too expansive to share on Dr. Reid's public platform, including money, health and wellness, entrepreneurship, relationships, prophecy, prayer, and more. Become a member today by logging on to patreon.com/Larry Reid Live today.